Welcome to Your Health. I'm your host, Erica Cardenas. We all know that food is at the root of living a healthy lifestyle. So we've come here to Fry's Marketplace to get some tips to live a healthier life. But first, here's what's coming up on the show. Elephants, monkeys, and dolphins? Oh my! Well, check out a pediatric office that's taking the fear out of doctor's visits. Plus, a smoothie recipe that will have your family asking for seconds. And no more excuses when it comes to working out. We'll visit a gym that's committed to your success. All that and more coming up on today's show. Just checking out the beautiful produce here at Fry's Food. You know, as a mom, I know it can be a challenge to get your kids to eat their veggies. One of my favorite ways to sneak them in is in a big batch of lasagna. Another thing kids don't always love? Going to the doctor. But at Agave Pediatrics, they have the perfect prescription to cure that.
My name is Rajiv Agarwal, and I'm one of the physicians at Agave Pediatrics. We started 12 years back, and since then we've grown. Now we have 4 locations. We see patients from Glendale all the way to Chandler. We have a great patient mix. We have a lot of newborns. We have patients who are older, almost young adults. All our physicians, though we all do general pediatrics, have a little special interest. There are a lot of things which set us apart from other offices. At Agave Pediatrics, what we have tried to do is to create a team of specially handpicked individuals who believe in taking care of parents and the families in a very holistic way. We do not run an office which is very fast turnover, hence we are able to give people their time. To us, people are not numbers, people are people. The other thing which sets us apart is our emphasis on preventive care. So I think the biggest part of pediatrics, I believe, is well child care. Children have to follow those milestones, and it's really important that they follow them well, because if they're not, interventions may need to be made. Okay. Also, with every stage, there has to be a family adjustment. When do you start baby-proofing the home? How do you introduce solids? Are you following healthy ways of living? All those things have to be addressed at a well child check. It is really important for me and for all of us here at Agave Pediatrics that it's not just what we do to a child, you know, the wellness check or a sickness visit. I think the whole atmosphere where the child comes, the child has to feel welcome. We are very heavy on design, but that's what makes the children happy. I've had so many times children come and tell me, I'm okay to get a shot as long as I go into that room with the dolphin. Or they come and they look at these animals up here and they name them. They need to feel like this place belongs to them. It has interest for them. There's color, there's brightness. It cannot be a drab, white-walled place which the child is scared of. The child needs to feel comfortable. The child needs to feel that, yes, there's a bigger person looking at them, but the person looking at them is their friend. All I've learned about the essence of pediatrics, not just the bread and butter of pediatrics, but just the essence of pediatrics is I've learned from my children. How parents feel, what it is to feel right deep down as a parent, and then hence the pediatrician has been taught to me by my children.
Here's a tip. If you're having trouble getting your kids to eat what's on their plate, don't offer dessert as a reward. Instead, let them pick the movie on movie night or reward them with the family board game night. Our smiles are the first thing that people notice, and if yours isn't looking its best, the denture experts can help.
The denture experts are a team of prosthodontists. Our doctors together have about 50 years of experience in prosthetics. We specialize in doing dental prosthetics, so we do our very own evident digital dentures here on site, but we also do implant-supported dentures and partials as well. Our friendly front office and back office staff are here to provide the patients with very friendly, compassionate care from the time that they first call the office to the time that they leave. Oftentimes patients talk about the experience being pleasant here in the office, how happy they are with their actual dentures, and the exceptional fit that comes along with it.
When a patient comes here to the denture experts, because we're all prosthodontists, we can produce the highest quality of prosthetic product and care to our patients because we've got that additional training. We've seen lots of patients that have poor fitting dentures, and there's tremendous problems when patients have dentures that fit poorly. Everything from fungal infections to very mobile tissue in their mouth. So having a poorly fitting denture initially can cause major problems down the road. Most dentures are made with a traditional processing method that mixes up the acrylic, which is a liquid, and they pour it into a mold. And when they process it, it shrinks a little bit, and you tend to get these little bubbles inside of it, and sometimes the teeth will pop out of it. With the Avident digital denture, everything becomes digitized, and we can digitally create the denture.
So the process of making the denture is basically we would scan the records to create a digital record. It goes into our design software where we set the teeth. From there it moves into the milling area where we actually cut the acrylic and the product. And depending from there, there's a couple different tracks. So there might go get teeth put in, or we might mill the teeth and the base all in one product. From there we move to the finishing area to where it gets polished and fine-tuned and then goes out the door to our customers.
It's a perfectly polymerized brick of acrylic. And so that makes it more hygienic. It doesn't collect debris, it doesn't collect bacteria or fungus in it. They're milled to fit directly onto the scan of the impression, so they fit perfectly in the patient's mouth. Dental implants have revolutionized prosthetic dentistry. Before we had dental implants, it was extremely difficult to make a well-fitting prosthesis that stayed in place and allowed patients to function normally. We not only make the prosthetics, but we also do the surgical procedures to place the implants and then convert the dentures from a removable prosthesis into a fixed prosthetic. I think people should choose the denture experts because we understand what to look for in terms of what complications to see initially so that we can prevent those problems from happening in the future and to be able to make sure that the patients are achieving the highest quality prosthetics and outcomes from their procedures.
For beautiful and strong teeth, get some calcium in your diet. Try cooking with tofu. It's packed with it. Here's what's coming up on Your Health. The holidays are around the corner. If you're looking for a little motivation, see how Anytime Fitness can help. And it's my favorite go-to for breakfast or snack. We're making a smoothie. Lifestyle starts in the kitchen. Here's a tip. Keep containers of cut up veggies in the fridge so you aren't tempted by sweets. And we can all be tempted to skip our workouts, but at Anytime Fitness, they can fix that.
When you walk in these doors, we want you to feel like you are a part of this community in here. We want you to be friendly. We want you to know us. We want you to talk to us. We want you to be comfortable in here. But we also want you to get a darn good workout while you're here too. One of the things that people find as an objection to exercise is time. I don't have time. Now, if you told me that, I'm gonna go ahead and let you know that you do have time. I'll show you exactly where you're wrong about that or where you do have time. But as far as the gym is concerned, we want to accommodate people with those busy, hectic schedules.
The nice thing about being a member at Anytime Fitness is not only is it convenient, as we're 24/7, but we also have great coaching services here. We got both the personal training, the group training, we have the app, so we can do virtual coaching. We can use the app to send you workouts, personalized workouts just for you, based off of what your goals are.
A lot of people, they work hard, they get into it, and they fall off the wagon after 3 weeks. And we're gonna hold you accountable. We're gonna be there every step of the way. We're gonna give you a whole mapped out plan for the entire month. And after that month's over, we're gonna have a plan going forward so we keep you rolling, we keep you going. That's how it's supposed to be run, and that's how we run it here.
My name is Allison Hahn. I am a PhD student working on my PhD in communication and a Highland Games athlete, which basically means I put on a kilt and I throw heavy things. Usually have a 2-hour window where I can come and work out, and that means getting in, getting out, getting home, getting showered. So I really enjoy this gym because it's close to where I live, it's convenient, it's open at all hours, and I never have to wait for anything. I can just go do what I need to do and get out. Coming to Anytime Fitness means that I actually have a wide range of weights to work with. There's good squat racks here, there's good drop pads here. The equipment is high quality, and you'll find something for every skill level that you need.
One of the reasons why I wanted to own Anytime Fitness is I want to help people get to where they want to be in life, to reach their goals. We want people to better their life, whatever it is. Maybe it's a small thing. Maybe they just want to run down the street with their grandkid. Maybe they want to be able to ride their bike with their kid. It doesn't have to be the big jump to lose 100 pounds or get ripped. It's the small goals, and it's being able to live life better that we can help you with.
Door's always open with exercise, and it's never too late to start. And we've had people think that they're over the hill and there's just no point. Well, no, there's definitely a point. If you can still extend your life and live a higher quality of life, why not do it?
We're here in the demo kitchen at Fry's Marketplace, and joining me is Chef O. Welcome, Chef O.
Thank you.
You know, one of my favorite things to do every day is whip up a smoothie. What do you have for us today?
Today we're going to make a peach mango lassi.
And what is that exactly? When you say lassi, what does that mean?
So lassi comes from India,
Okay.
and many people consider it like the original smoothie. So kind of started there and branched out through the world.
Okay, and take us through some of these delicious ingredients. What do we have here?
So we have some mineral water, and that adds a nice lightness, a little fizz in the mouth.
Okay.
Some fresh Greek yogurt, and of course a peach and our mango. And today we're going to put in a little ginger and some turmeric and a little chia seeds and flax, and of course some ice there to get it nice and chilled down.
So let's talk about some of these ingredients here. I personally love to use chia seeds in my smoothies. Take us through some of the health ingredients with the ginger and the turmeric.
So turmeric, of course, we have anti-inflammatory, right? Ginger helps in digestion, and again, also with the anti-inflammatory antioxidants. With the flax and the chia, you're getting extra fiber and some protein in a pretty small, compact amount. And also it helps with the kind of mouthfeel, so that richness of the smoothie.
Right. Yep. Now, Chef, really quickly, what makes a lassi a lassi?
The yogurt is primarily that it is a yogurt-based drink. And then you can make it, originally they had some savory ones and also some sweet ones.
Okay, perfect. Now, let's go ahead and you
Start
do your
making?
thing, and
Okay.
let's start making this smoothie.
So we start with our mineral water. When you're putting together a smoothie, you want to put your liquids and your, I would say, softer ingredients in first. Then we got our peaches.
Now you can just blend this up in any type of blender,
Yes.
or okay.
Yeah, you don't have to have a big fancy one.
Okay.
Regular house blender
Perfect. I
is
do
fine.
have that at home.
You want to put your ice in at the last because
Okay.
that's the hardest thing to break down.
Perfect.
So it
and then
gives-
you'll go ahead and add these other types of ingredients like your chia seeds, your ginger.
Yep, we're going to mix it a little
on
bit
top.
and then we'll add
Okay.
those in. And then a little squirt. Today we have a little agave, but you could use maple syrup,
Okay.
honey. So the other thing when you're making a smoothie is you could see, I'm sure it's hard to see from the camera, but you could see that tornado action that we have going. That
Right.
means it's blending properly. And then
Okay.
yes, we always want to taste before
Here, you
we
have to taste your creation as
before
well.
we serve it out to
Okay.
make sure we put everything in right. Got to taste the way that we like it.
That is good.
So that little
is refreshing.
fizz on your mouth, that's from the mineral water there.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you so much. This
You're
is
very welcome.
absolutely delicious. If you'd like to take some of the cooking classes here with Chef O, simply go to Fry's Marketplace website to get more information. Coming up, we'll look at the latest in hearing aids, including one that can stay in your ear for months at a time, and Weight Watchers' new plan that lets you still eat your cheat foods. Hearing loss can affect how we spend time with family and friends. It can also lead to major health problems. Our experts explain how their testing can save your hearing and your health.
My name is Kathy Kurth. I'm an audiologist practicing here in Scottsdale since the early 80s and have 3 locations in Scottsdale, and have had the opportunity to make a huge difference in the lives of people with hearing loss. Hearing loss is not an isolated problem or something to be ignored. Well, they say by age 50, 55, 50% of us will have some degree of hearing loss. So when a patient comes in, very often we will start with our wellness program that allows people to come in and have hearing evaluations, hearing screenings at no charge. Next, we want to make sure that if there's any medical or surgical intervention, that's the next step. But for most people, 94, 95% of hearing loss is sensory neural, so there's no medical or surgical intervention. The only form of hearing loss that's preventable is noise damage. So what we need to do to educate people on what they can do to protect their ears. The more we get our hearing tested on a yearly basis, I think it's going to help in overall hearing health care, especially when hearing loss has been tied to cognitive dysfunction. Studies have been done that looks at untreated hearing loss, cognitive dysfunction, dementia, correlations between diabetes, heart disease. All of this is tied together. Today, hearing aids are quite varied, from very high-speed computer chips that go into these hearing aids, wireless technology. There are those who don't want to have to mess with a hearing aid. They'd much prefer to have that hearing aid in their ear for 2 to 3 months, what we call extended wear. And we've been fitting this particular type of device for almost 10 years. Signs of hearing loss are if you're asking others to repeat more than just once or twice in a day, if you are having to turn the TV louder, if you're going to restaurants and find that you're really struggling to follow the conversation. A hearing aid or a hearing instrument is not going to restore hearing to normal, but it's going to provide just a life-changing experience for people who are missing out on so much.
My name is Charlie Shore-Sealfon. I realized I wasn't hearing things as clearly when those hearing aids went in, and I walked out. I could hear birds in a tree I hadn't heard before. It was wonderful. Their hearing aids have changed my life in such a way that I am more comfortable with the world around me. I'm more comfortable being with people in a situation.
So I'm just very lucky to be able to do what I'm doing, and when I can hear the stories from my patients of what I've been able to do and all of the providers on our staff have been able to do, that's the best part of all.
Researchers say some medications can contribute to hearing loss. So if you've noticed a change in your hearing, you should consult your doctor to see if the medications you're taking are playing a role. Dieting doesn't have to be miserable. Coming up, we'll tell you about a new program Weight Watchers has that makes healthy eating easy and fun.
For more great videos highlighting all that's happening across Arizona, visit YurView.com.
Pizza, ice cream, and wine? If you love those treats, you can still have them on Weight Watchers. Here's more on their new program.
What I love about Weight Watchers is it's always evolving. And so it is based on the up-to-the-minute science. So this is not your mom or your grandmother's Weight Watchers. This is new and this is exciting. So we're looking at things differently. We're looking at food. We're looking at fitness. We're going to encourage you to move more than you have before, and that's a great thing. And we're going to focus on the mindset, which I think is a huge change. Weight loss starts from the head and moves its way down. We talk a lot at Weight Watchers about our why, don't we? The reason that we walked through the door, the reason that we're here. I love being a Weight Watchers leader because I get to see people at their best, even if they're not at their best that day.
After kids, it was really hard to kind of, bring off the weight and stuff like that. So it's so hard.
I had spent some time with my kids outside and couldn't keep up with them. And I have 4 kids and they're crazy, and so I knew it was time to do something that was going to work this time.
I really resonate with moms. I joined Weight Watchers after my first daughter was born, and I had been a chubby child. I'd put on weight as a newlywed, but when I got pregnant with her, I thought, I don't want this to be the rest of my life. So I joined Weight Watchers because I needed friends, I needed accountability, I needed a leader who would love me to goal. I lost over 60 pounds, and that baby is now a junior in college. So it has become part of my life, and I'm so grateful for it. This plan is not one size fits all. We all do it differently, and that's why we're here to support each other and to share ideas and to laugh and to celebrate and to cry and all of those fun things that we do. I love the moms that come in carrying a baby in the carrier and they just look so lost. Learning that it's okay to take time to do things that are important to you is a huge valuable lesson that every man, woman, and child should learn. And so as you're watching these moms come in so overwhelmed, and pretty soon they're learning, okay, I'm worth the time that it takes to cook my own meal.
This is my first time doing Weight Watchers, but I did hear a lot of good stuff about it through doctors, who were always constantly telling me about my weight. I used to say in my head, if you'd only know how hard I was trying.
With the Weight Watchers program, we encourage members to make small changes. Here's the most beautiful thing about activity. If yesterday you went 2 steps and today you go 3 steps, you have accomplished something fantastic. It's maybe taking a few more steps. If you have family come into town, our weather's beautiful. If they come into town, instead of taking them out to eat, maybe we go to a museum. Maybe we go on a nature walk. Those little things that add up to big weight loss and big changes. And the changes are what we're really looking for.
Sarah's amazing. She really makes it a point to make everybody feel like they've won at something for that day or that week.
So if I can come here and celebrate, if I can share stories, if someone bought something that I can try that I love, if someone can cry and say they had a rough week, and I can then say, I had a rough week too, this is hard. Or if we all celebrate together, that's a great thing.
One easy thing all of us can do to help our diet and improve our health is to not add or oversalt our food. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services says 90% of Americans eat more sodium than recommended, and reducing the amount of salt we eat to 1,200 milligrams per day could save up to $20 billion a year in medical costs. Some food for thought before you reach for that salt shaker. We want to thank Fry's Marketplace for letting us hang out here today, and thank you for joining us on Your Health. I'm Erica Cardenas. See you next time.